Have you noticed how nothing seems to last anymore? Your toaster breaks after a year. Your jeans tear within months. That new fridge. Already humming like it's giving up. And it's not your imagination. Because here's the part no one really talks about: most things used to be made better. Not just differently, but stronger, longer lasting, and proudly made right here in America. What changed? Why did we stop building things to last? And when exactly did disposable become the default? Stick around, because once you see just how far we've drifted, you might never look at modern products the same way again. Oh, and quick thing before we start. Over 95% of people watching aren't subscribed. If you like calm, thoughtful videos like this, consider joining in. It helps the channel more than you think, and it keeps content like this alive. Let's begin with something we all use: appliances. Back in the 1960s, 70s, and even into the 80s, American appliances were tanks. You bought a washing machine once, and it would stay with you for 25, sometimes even 35 years. It didn't complain. It didn't glitch. It just worked. The secret? Steel parts. Mechanical components you could actually see and understand. Nothing digital, nothing disposable. Compare that to today, when your washer's motherboard fails in just 5 years, and the repair costs more than buying a new one. Have you ever replaced an appliance that felt way too new to be dying? You're not alone. Even simple kitchen items like toasters or blenders were once made to be fixed. Unscrew the back, change a part, and it was good as new. Now, they're sealed shut. Not broken, but disposable by design. Which leads us to a deeper question. When did we stop valuing repairability? When did we start accepting throwaway culture as normal? Let's shift to clothing. If you grew up in the 60s or 70s, you probably remember breaking in a pair of jeans. They were stiff, thick, and honestly, kind of a challenge at first. But once they softened, they became yours. Like a second skin. Those jeans didn't rip. They didn't stretch weird. They were built for ranch work, for garage work, for real life. Today, most denim is thin, stretchy, and stitched for style, not strength. After a few washes, it's already fading or falling apart. And it's not just jeans. T-shirts, jackets, socks, even underwear used to feel heavier, fuller, better made. Labels that once said, "Made in USA," now say, "Made in Bangladesh," or Vietnam, or China. Have you bought something recently and thought, "Wow, this used to be so much better"? Because that feeling, it's real. Now let's talk shoes. Do you remember your last real pair of leather boots? I mean the kind with solid soles, real stitching, and leather that actually aged beautifully. American brands like Red Wing, Alden, and Allen Edmonds used to make footwear that could last decades. You didn't toss them, you resold them. Today, most shoes are glued together with plastic soles and paper-thin material. Worn out in a year, then gone. We used to invest in shoes. Now we collect them, wear them briefly, and move on. Do you think we've traded durability for convenience? Let's take a breath and think about furniture. Not long ago, even middle-class homes had real wood furniture. Solid oak, walnut, maple. Dressers that took 2 people to lift. Tables passed down to your children, and then their children. Today, you buy a flat box. Assemble it with an Allen key. If you move it once, it's wobbly. Move it twice, it breaks. It's frustrating. But it also tells you something. We didn't always live this way. We used to build things once, and build them right. Ever wonder where your grandparents got their furniture, and why it still looks good today? Now step into the garage. Let's talk tools. Hand tools were once a rite of passage, something your dad or grandfather handed down. Craftsman. Stanley. Milwaukee. You didn't buy tools often because you didn't need to. They were forged from real metal, heavy in the hand, and nearly indestructible. Today, you get a wrench with plastic handles and flimsy chrome. Drop it once, it bends. And it probably came in a 20-piece set for $19.99. Do you still own a tool older than you? That's not nostalgia, that's proof we used to do it better. Let's not forget cars. Sure, modern cars are quieter and more efficient. But back then, cars had soul. Steel frames. Real chrome. Bench seats. You could hear the engine, feel the gears shift, and even fix it yourself on a Saturday afternoon. A 1970s Ford or Chevy wasn't just transportation. It was identity. Now, everything's plastic. Electric steering. Screens instead of buttons. And if something breaks, you'll need a computer just to diagnose it. Do you miss that engine growl? The way older cars made you feel the road? Because a lot of people do. Now let's rewind to something simpler, toys. Remember metal Tonka trucks? Wooden Lincoln logs. You could throw them, chew on them, bury them in the yard, and they still worked. Today's toys. Made of thin plastic, flashing lights, and tiny parts. They don't last, and worse, they don't invite imagination the way old toys did. Have you kept any toys from your childhood? They probably still work, unlike most from today. And here's a surprising one, kitchenware. Ever heard of vintage Pyrex? That old thick glass with colorful patterns. That was borosilicate glass, heat-resistant, durable, and nearly unbreakable. Drop it, and it would bounce. Today's Pyrex. It's made from soda-lime glass. Looks the same. But heat it too fast, and it can shatter like a wine glass. Same name. Same brand. Different quality. And most people never notice the change. One last thing. Something small, but symbolic. Paper. Yep, just paper. Go pick up a book from 1975 and feel the pages. Now grab a modern paperback. Thin. Flimsy. Almost transparent. Even the little things, like envelopes, receipts, or cards, feel cheaper now. So, what happened? Somewhere along the way, we stopped asking, will this last? And started asking, how cheap can we make it? But here's the hopeful part. People are starting to notice. We're buying less, and buying better. Repairing instead of replacing. Supporting brands that care about quality, not just margins. Because deep down, we miss how things used to feel. And maybe, just maybe, the future isn't about constant upgrades. Maybe it's about going back to what worked. If this video brought back memories, or made you think, drop a comment. What do you still own that was made to last? What do you remember from the better days? And if you're not subscribed yet, I'd love for you to join us.